like to acknowledge that Thompson Rivers University campuses are situated on the ancestral lands of the Kamloops to Secwepemc and the Secwepemc, within Secwepemc Ulu, the traditional and unceded territory of the Secwepemc. The region TRU serves also extends into the territories of the Scotland, Nipakama, New Hope, Chilcotin, Dapel, and Sioux Peoples. Today we have exciting youth sports soccer action as the University of British Columbia Okanagan take on our very own Thompson Rivers University WolfPack! At this time, we now ask that you please rise if you are able, remove your hats and caps, and join Olivia Lightfoot for the singing of the national anthem.
Michael Whited, hello everyone. My name is Roseanne Casmer and I am the Cookbee for Kamloops and the Tribal Chief for the Shuswap Nation Tribal Council. I am honored to welcome all watching the WolfPack game being hosted here at Thompson Rivers University. This land has been home to the Kamloops since time immemorial. On behalf of my council, my community, and the leadership of our nation, we thank TRU and the WolfPack for enacting truth and reconciliation and creating stronger ties to Indigenous communities. Enjoy the game, play safe, and good luck. And go WolfPack, go!
Women's soccer team, we would like to celebrate our incredible senior student athletes. First up, Katie Chun. Katie Chun, joining the WolfPack in 2021, Katie has played 52 regular season games for TRU and has 3 goals and 2 assists to her name. A 4-time youth sports academic All-Canadian who will graduate with a degree in business, Katie plans to enter law school next year. Head coach Mark Pennington says, Katie is a special player and person who has been a privilege to coach for the last 5 years. She has consistently given her all every time she steps on the field. Katie's honesty, hard work, and dedication to everything she does will allow her to be successful in the field of law. Thank you for taking the leap to play for the WolfPack. Let's give it up one huge time for Katie Chun. One more time for Katie Chun. Let's hear it. Up next, Ali Shayuk. Ali Shayuk has been with TRU for the past 5 seasons. Ali has played 50 times for the Pack and was named captain of the squad this year. The product of Surrey scored one of the biggest goals in program history to send TRU to the Canada West Final Four in 2022. A 5-time youth sports academic, All-Canadian, Shayuk will graduate with a science degree and plans to pursue medical school next year. Head coach Mark Pennington says, Ali has been one of the most outstanding, honest, and hardworking players I have ever had the pleasure to coach. I am so impressed with Ali for how she has successfully juggled playing for the WolfPack while excelling in the classroom. Ali holds a special place in my coaching career, and I'm honored to have had the privilege to work with you, Ali. I know you will go on to do great things, save lives, and be an outstanding doctor. Let's hear it for Ali Shayuk. We would also like to take a moment to recognize the graduating players from UBCO. Talia Granion, Jaden McGrath, Sydney Coloche, Abigail Tanita, and Annika Gross. Let's give our senior players a big round of applause. All right, Wolfpack fans, it's now that time. Let's get loud for today's starting lineups, brought to you by Trutsu.
He takes a peek, side swipes it to the hash mark, and it's booted into the middle by Cameron. That's picked up. And back come the Wolfpack in transition. They cross in the middle. Header there by Mellon. It's in the box! Mellon sets it up, in and a break, quick shot, oh, and a stop by Ursula, ball is loose, they kick it out the far side.
Spinning, somehow lays one off to Stewart, who will have a go, top corner, oh my goodness, the substitute!
There's Lufo, turnaround, beautiful goal! Lufo catches Rutka out of the goal, and it goes in, gets the boot away, and makes no mistake, SC Lufo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hillside Stadium in beautiful Kamloops, British Columbia, home of the Thompson Rivers University WolfPack. My name's Simon Brazier, and you're watching Canada West Soccer, powered by BioSteel. It's the second leg of this weekend's Okanagan derby as the UBCO Heat visit their interior rivals, the TRU WolfPack, for one final regular season clash. Yesterday it was the Heat who spoiled the WolfPack's playoff ambitions, a 2-1 victory that put their own ticket to the postseason thanks to goals from Maria Georgakakis and Annika Gross. TRU's star striker Essie Lufo netted her 9th of the campaign, her 9th in just 13 games. Continuing a stellar individual season, she sits top of the Pacific Division scoring charts and joint top across both Pacific and Prairie conferences. But for the WolfPack, the sting of that loss still lingers, and pride, not playoffs, is now on the line here at Hillside. The WolfPack come into today with 5 wins and 8 losses, sitting 5th in the Pacific Division on 15 points. UBCO, meanwhile, are red-hot winners of 4 straight, now on 20 points and peaking at exactly the right time. It's the home final game here for TRU, and though the postseason is out of reach, you can bet they'll want to finish strong and remind UBCO that the Okanagan belongs to Kamloops. So let's go through the starting 11, starting with our visitors in goal. Alison Ford, Katie Scarth, Jaden McGrath, Megan Sun, Abigail Tanida, Maria Georgakakis, Julia Hannon, Hayden Thomas, Rowan McPherson, Annika Gross, and Brooke Burrows. For the WolfPack in goal, Michaela Cush. Across the back line from right to left, Sarah Kusamaki, Alexis Virgo, Paige Dwayne, and Ali Shayu, captain and graduate today. Katie Chun is holding midfield. Ahead of her is going to be McKenna Ford and Sophia Bramby. On the right wing is going to be Layla Rafu and Kat Stewart on the other side. And Essie Lufo will be up front, looking to get more goals for her team. Officials today, Victoria Warner is our referee. Assistant number 1 is Jacob Coxworth. Assistant number 2 is Salah Fati. And 4th official today is Akbar Mohad. All really to play for the WolfPack. They can't get into the playoffs, but it's so important to finish the season off on a strong note. We had a wonderful graduation ceremony pre-game for WolfPack graduates Katie Chun and Ali Shayuk. And they also mentioned the graduating players from UBCO, and I think there was 4 or 5 of them. Goes to show the experience that they do possess. So if you're unfamiliar, it's going to be the WolfPack in black and orange from right to left, and the Heat left to right. Annika Gross looks to get the ball forward. She had a great game yesterday for her team. Got a goal as well. She'll be holding midfield with Katie Scarth. Gross knocks it back. Any good pressure from Rafu. Pops it into Stewart. Finds Kusamaki. She's going to get the cross in, looking for Lufo. Cleared away. Taneda. They look to build it out of play. You'll see that as a regular theme for the Heat. They love to play one-time football. 1 touch, 2 touch. You can see in their warm-up beforehand, going through their paces, getting the heart rate up, and really impressive, really impressively drilled team. First corner of the game for the WolfPack. Thrown into the box. Chun looks to flick it. Lufo nearly got a nibble on that on the 6-yard box. Tyne sends it right back. Good start here for the WolfPack. Kusamaki couldn't get on the end of that Lufo touch. And there's a free kick in there that relieves the pressure that Jaden McGrath will take. She gives it to McPherson. Just giving up in the middle there. Kat Stewart to attempt to get it to Lufo. McPherson stepped in well. Another free kick. Much changed team for the UBCO here after they got the job done yesterday. WolfPack needed a minimum 4 points out of these 2 games, but that loss yesterday really sealed it for them as Kat Stewart looks to make some space on the edge of the box, but the Heat just collapse in. And look at that little triangle, and they play themselves out pretty well. That's Hayden Thomas, who started yesterday. Nice spin and turn in the middle by Scarth. Didn't start yesterday, but it's given the nod today. McPherson pops it into Scarth. She goes back quickly to McGrath. Taneda dropping in deep to collect it. You'll see plenty of possession by UBCO. So frequently their first touches are little passes in. There's a ball out wide that Megan Sun's going to chase down. She's going to get there. Shayuk applying the pressure and the challenge. Throw in. It's going to be Hannon again with the throw. Scarf comes short. Little 1, 2, 3. Look at that. It's beautifully played in out of that tight pocket. Gross spinning well. Losing possession. Garth steps in ahead of Lufo. See a lot of Annika Gross, Katie Scarth and Brett Burrows, that little triangle in midfield. And they've got Maria Georgakakis ahead of her, Abigail Teneda to the left, Megan Sun to the right. Long ball. McGrath heads away. Stewart forward towards Lufo. Really good header away by McPherson. And on the other side of things, Katie Chan is holding that midfield in the number 6 for WolfPack. Ahead of her is McKenna Ford, Sophia Branby. Pressure from Stewart. I think she might thought about maybe she might be winning a corner there, but the referee gives the goal kick. Annika Gross coming really short for this goal kick as she looks to get her defence to play out from the back. Gross on the ball. Teneda. Back to Annika Gross into Scarth. Teneda, Gross. Look at that. It's wonderful. Thomas. Intercepted by Chan all the way back to Michaela Kershaw. I think she gets her first start of the season today. Kusamaki cuts inside, brought down by Abigail Teneda. Alexis Virgo on the resulting free kick. Two very different styles of football between these two teams. Branby back to Virgo, to Dwayne, back to Alexis Virgo. She's going to go back to her goalkeeper here. Kush needs to be swift with the feet. Makes a good pass out. Kusamaki picks it up and can drive. Rafu. McGrath ahead of Lufo. See Lufo yet to get into the game yet, but she will be closely surveilled by McGrath and McPherson. McGrath into Gross, who turns, protects brilliantly. Finds Burrows, finds Scarth. Georgakakis is closed down by Paige Dwayne, who is on a solo mission, but she wins the team a throw. Very well defended. Captain graduate today, Ali Shayuk, to take the throw. Scarth, Gross. McPherson back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper change for the Heat today. Alison Ford selected. Talia Gagnon played yesterday. With positions really all sealed up for the season. It's an opportunity for Craig Smith in his 10th year as UBCO head coach to play around with the squad, get some other players in there. All good experience. Branby chucks it into the box, dealt with well by Hannon. Chun sends it back up, Scarth up. Tony's got a little bit of time here to go home to Kush. Virgo. Back to Kush. Nice play up the line to Shaik, who's got a lot of space to run into. Needs to pick a pass out, but that's just dropped into the middle, picked up by Teneda. Nice ball into Georgakakis, who tries to play it up the line immediately to Sun. Nice football again, but not quite making it through there for Sun. Quick decisive play as usual from the Heat. McPherson, lovely ball, great touch by Georgakakis. Sun again trying to get in behind Shayuk. This time all she can do is poke that out for a corner kick. UBCO beginning to tick a little bit here as they're getting the ball in behind the defensive line. 10 minutes gone here at Hillside. This final match of the league season. In comes the cross. Free header at the back post, popped right up in the air. Referee sees a foul. I think on Brandby there. Stewart with the flick. Lufo brings it under control, tries to get it back to Stewart, but she's taking on Hannon. Poked out for a Wolfpack throw. 3 games being played on this Sunday. This is the final one that's still going. Lethbridge, Manitoba finished 6-2 in favour of Manitoba. Calgary lost 1-0 at Mount Royal. Those are both results. And a huge congratulations to UBC, who finished the season unbeaten, winning every single one of their matches and not conceding a goal, which is just a remarkable feat. So Pacific champions UBC take a bow. In comes the free kick. Cleared with ease by Georgia Caucus to Paige Dwayne. She heads it back in midfield, but only to Annika Glass. Georgia Caucus protecting and getting it under control illegally, apparently. Referee blows the whistle. Victoria Warner in the middle there, a lot closer to the action than I am, seeing something she didn't like. There was no complaint from Maria Georgia Caucus, so I have to assume it was the right call. Virgo, that's a great ball. It's going to be a header here. Keeper comes out, misses it, it's still alive. Referee blows the whistle. There's a foul in there somewhere. Good ball into the box. Alison Ford came out. It looked like Katie Chum was going to get there first with a head. She did. It just didn't fall for a Wolfpack attacker. Great kick and touch and spin by Georgia Caucus. It's very, very good play. And then slipped the ball through to Burrows' son. Not clear yet. Still alive with Julia Hannon. She puts it in, but gives it away. Nessie Lufo up against McGrath, and Jada McGrath does so well to not only dispossess but keep possession for her team. Gross goes back towards Ford. And again, Georgia Caucus just drops in the pocket and picks the ball up into Gross, and she immediately looks towards Sun, but I don't think she's going to get onto that. The ball's going to go out of play. UBCO thinking about those playoffs, thinking about going into those games with good momentum. They're not going to want to just come here and get rolled over. They want to come here and put a performance in, get as many minutes shared around the squad as possible. If they can get a result and a good one, then it's only going to serve the motivation and momentum into those vital, important knockout playoff matches. Hannon to Scarth, all the way back to McGrath to McPherson. Georgia Caucus comes deep. Back to Ford. Nice ball into Hannon, who brings it down brilliantly. Sun makes the run. Gross gets it and finds Megan Sun, who keeps it in play and is smashed by Kat Stewart. Easy free kick decision there. WolfPack doing a lot of chasing. They are without the ball for large portions of this first 15 minutes. Chun hits it into Gross. Recollected by Burrows. Taneda. Dancing around Kusamaki. Sun's going to try and get the cross. Just a little roll over past Shayuk. Crosses in and Kusamaki comes in and defends well to concede the corner. It's to be taken by Abigail Taneda, graduate as well from West Kelowna. In comes the corner kick. Another floater headed down. It's a really good save and the clearance comes. Michaela Cush down low with the legs to knock away the header. Sharp reactions in the back. The keeper from Richmond. Free header at the back post, so that will be a defensive concern. McGrath puts it out of the play against Lufo. Kusamaki. Virgo behind her, but we look for Lufo. She wins another throw. Lufo pressed by Hayden Thomas very, very closely. Best chance of the match falling to Jada McGrath from the corner. Really good header down into the ground. But Michaela Cush was equal to it. Virgo pokes that away. Sun to Gross, but well in by Katie Chun. Gross gets it out to Hannon. She's got three options ahead. She finds Sun. Touch back to Hannon. Good pressure from Shaik and Stewart. It's going to be a throw in for UBCO. Georgia Cockers can't keep that in. It's going to be a goal kick. Got herself a lovely goal yesterday. Dummying Alexis Virgo and also dummying the goalkeeper to tap it home. And opportunities to get more goals. There was an equaliser from Essie Lufo. A really good header. And then a second goal scored by Annika Gross, who just got herself into a dangerous position and hammered home at the near post of Flora Assam, who is on the bench today. Sun and Gross can't combine. Dwayne goes long looking for Lufo. Kate Scarf does well. McGrath is hurried and harried by Layla Rafu. Ford wins that just in the nick of time. Again, Jenny McGrath steps in. Hannon. Stewart dispossesses her and then brought down. Referee says no. Cat Stewart just clutching the leg. The heat play on. Ford knocks it up. Scarf goes long towards Sun, but Shy gets there. She might be able to go home here. She does brilliantly. Cat Stewart still down. WolfPack need to get this ball out of play. Referee stops the game. So Cat Stewart can receive some treatment. Going to be a quick substitute. It's going to be Cat Stewart coming out for Stella Klippenstein. So Klippenstein will facilitate that same role on that left wing. I don't think it was a foul when they came together. It was shoulder to shoulder, but Cat Stewart might have cracked the boot of Julia Hannon just before that shoulder to shoulder contact. She's going to take a breather, and Klippenstein enters the pitch. First substitute of the game on the 20th minute mark. Cat Stewart forced off by injury. We will see to what extent the damage is and if she will be back in. Kusamaki, Fu, Ford. Kusamaki keeps that in. Thomas dispossesses and goes back to her goalkeeper, but out of play for the corner. Another chance for the Wolfpack to throw this in on top of the goal of Alison Ford. It's going to be Ford to deliver it in. Lufa tried to get underneath it, as did Klippenstein. Heat can counter. Megan Sun running at Kusamaki into Scarth, but Klippenstein back in well. Kush and Dwayne just settling things down. Shayuk back to Dwayne in a tight spot. Trying to work her way out, does really well. Still going, tripped by Brooke Burrows. Referee just signalling that no more of that, please. Next one would likely produce a booking. Virgo up long for Lufo. 3 players coming together there. It's a foul on the number 10. This free kick this time in a much more promising position. It will be McKenna Ford to take. The referee gets the 2-player wall of Megan Sun and Maria Georgakakis back their requisite distance. Six players at the back post making their move. Goes a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. Looked like there might have been a touch. There was. Alison Ford just poking it away. Will be another set piece. Goalkeeper just smashing the ball away unnecessarily. Surprised not to receive a card. Maybe she assumed there was another ball close by, but another corner kick for the Wolfpack, and they connect with an attacker this time. This time it's low. I don't think that was the plan. Shayuk gets it wide. That's tidy play. Ball over the top. That McGrath heads away. Chum puts it back in. Klippenstein. Advantage played really well by the referee. Sun. George Caucus is available. Dwayne reads that well. Klippenstein, can she drive forward? She can't get it past Scarth. Georgia Caucus into Teneda. Burrows trying to get on the end of that. Teneda again. Ford attempting to send her backwards. She does so, but Scarth picks it up in the middle to Gross. She gets it wide to Julia Hannon. Back into Scarth. She turns into trouble, but Gross is going to get it back and a piercing ball through. Dwayne Talufo. Referee giving the foul against Essie Lufo there on Annika Gross. Just a little bit late there with the tackle. Rowan McPherson to take. First year from Sherwood Park. Lufo McPherson again. Lufo wins that battle. She's got Hannon and Scarth. That ball finds Ford, trying to get over the top for Branby, but ball always going to hit the keeper first. Scarth loads of time to turn. Georgia Cockus again coming in deep. That's a good tackle. Lufo trying to find the pass, just a little bit too late. Needed to be a step quicker with the pass through to Fu. Little hesitation gives the defenders just the chance they need to step in. It's better from the Wolfpack. They are closing down a little bit better. Seems like they're warmed up a little bit. Referee getting herself involved. It'll be an uncontested drop ball in possession of the Heat. Back underway. McGrath. The 1-2 with Gross. Into Burrows, but Katie Chun does well to win it back for the Wolfpack. Virgo goes direct, looking for Lufo. Can she bring this under and get a shot on? She gets the touch, but the strike is blocked well. Samaki with the throw. Rafu and Ford come in. It's going to be 2 Ford. Back to Kusamaki. Rigid defending, not giving the Wolfpack any space. Virgo to Rafu. Referee giving the free kick on Alexis Virgo. There's maybe an advantage on there, but I don't think the Wolfpack would have preferred that. Now they can throw this into the box. Virgo looking for Lufo. Klippenstein, also a good target. Chan, of course. Just want to be thinking about making Alison Ford make a save or have to make a move. The ball into Klippenstein. She heads it back down in. Chan off Kusamaki with the strike. I think there's a little flick on the way through. There was. It's going to be a corner. Good spell for TRU. So the set pieces that are causing the issues right now. McKenna Ford once again. Five waiting at the back, one at the front, one on the edge. On top of the goalkeeper. Really good claim by Alison Ford. She rolls it out quickly to Gross. She knows the quality she possesses. Teneda, Dwayne with the tackle. Gross picks it up. Got a lot to do. Players are backpedaling now in defence. Teneda through to Burrows. Dwayne protects the ball out for a goal kick. Good defending there from Paige Dwayne. He's had a really good season. Asked to step into that centre-back role just through necessity. And then ever since she's had the opportunity, she's one of the first people down on the team sheet, I'm sure, Mark Pennington. Kush. One thing that Wolfpack do miss with Flora in that she's got quite the goal kick on her. Ford. Rafu up the line. Grath steps in and clears away. Relinquishing the possession and the danger for now. 30 minutes on the clock here. This Canada West women's soccer matchup brought to you by BioSteel. 0-0 right now in this second leg of this Okanagan battle. UBC won yesterday 2-1. And a victory that took all playoff hopes away from the Wolfpack and solidified them for the Heat. they will be in those playoffs with UBC, Trinity Western and UVic. Thompson Rivers just missing out by that one spot. And they needed to get victory or a draw yesterday to really turn this into a meaningful game. Corner kick again for the WolfPack. Those are mounting up. It's their 5th of the half. Just the one shot on goal for UBCO. And their only shot of the game. This one comes in. Cleared by Ford. Back to McKenna Ford. A little nutmeg on the edge of the box past Scarth, but it's going to get put back all the way to Dwayne. He puts it straight in. Flick from Lufo. Afu not giving it up. Forces the clearance. Love the direct nature that WolfPack are initiating right now. Taking them about 15 minutes to really kind of get warmed up and meet the energy levels of UBCO. Taneda protects away from Klippenstein, keeps possession. Doesn't matter where they are, they want to do these triangles and keep the ball. Gross, wonderful touch. Played out nicely, but WolfPack do their pressing job well. Kusamaki conceding the foul there. It was a good press from the WolfPack, but UBCO able to hold on to the ball in such a tight situation. Allison Ford to clear. Taneda, touch inside. Scarth, Gross, McPherson, Hannon, Sun and Georgia Cockus available. Finds the striker. She goes back to McPherson but gives it up to Lufo. Looked like a handball by Hannon. Throw in for the Heat. Hannon. Scarth picks it up and puts it out wide. She finds Thomas. Line to Burrows, but Chun intercepts brilliantly. Rafu. Back to Virgo. Out to Kusamaki. She tries to get it into the box, but it's not the best cross in. Branby is in between a little passing match between Thomas and McGrath. Scarth trying to play a quick 1-2. That's exactly what they were doing just before kickoff in their final little routine. Really tight areas, tight, quick, one-touch passing. Something that Craig Smith, Chris Morgan, Harry Butler, Mackenzie Barry, all the coaches work so hard on. Another free kick for the WolfPack. They're mounting up now. They need to get one right. They've not really had the best service so far. They get it right this time. Bit close to the goalkeeper. Ford grabs it at the second time. Alison Ford out strongly. She's a 4th year from Thunder Bay. A lot of experience. McGrath. Georgia Caucus back to Gross. Looking immediately for Sun. Katie Chun works well to get back. Kush clears out of play and out of danger. 10 minutes left in this first half here at Hillside Stadium. 0-0 between the Heat and the WolfPack. Could certainly do with a goal to warm things up here. Kush goes short to Virgo. Bit of space up the line if she can find the ball. Oh, it's straight to Taneda. Turns nicely. Virgo steps in. A bit of a miss. Q. Taneda still nearly came away with the ball. Rafu trying to get it up to Ford. McGrath. Georgia Caucus. Gives that to Klippenstein. Protected. Given to Dwayne. Nice little shimmy. Klippenstein gives the ball up. Here comes Gross. Looking again for Burrows. Dwayne covers again. WolfPack doing their very best to get out in possession, but it's a challenge right now against the hard-working Heat team. Burrows. Not a lot of space to do anything. Wins a throw. This time in the back of Hannon. Sends it back to McGrath. Just a little ball into Burrows. Back to Scarth. Back to McGrath. Press coming from Rafu, but that's nicely done out to Thomas. Taneda. Kusamaki dispossesses. Gets some support from Branby as well. Kusamaki trying to get her team out. But it's coming straight back. McPherson into Gross to Hannon. Gross to Hannon again. Great movement off the ball. Unfortunate nutmeg on Virgo, but it's Ford who picks it up and a little bit overcomplicated with the pass. Scarth out to Thomas. Taneda up the line looking for Brooke Burrows, but Virgo gets there first. Lufo. Driving and setting it inside, looking for Klippenstein was Branby, but not quite on the same level when it comes to passing at the moment. WolfPack doing a lot of running off the ball as the Heat move them left and right. That's a lovely ball through, looking for Georgia Caucus, the first real chance for her this game, and what a challenge. Paige Dwayne looked like she was going to be second best to that ball, but as Maria Georgia Caucus shaped to shoot, Dwayne got in there with a wonderful challenge to keep the scores tied up at 0-0. 39 minutes gone. Megan Sun with the corner kick. Clipped in to the penalty spot. Kept alive by Hannon. Gross recycles it well back to Sun. Cross needs to come in. Hannon tried to play it into Gross. Maybe a counter on 4. The WolfPack 4 goes back to Kush. Dwayne. Virgo. There's a few attackers on the right hand side here for the WolfPack. Virgo goes long looking for Lufo. McGrath does very well to keep Lufo at bay and keep the ball for her team. Jenny McGrath again out to Thomas. Cleared and deflected out by the WolfPack. So they look to press the heat themselves. Virgo into Klippenstein, trying to flick it Lufo's way. It might fall to Rafu. She takes a touch, keeps it in play. Back to Kusamaki. Taneda back tenaciously. Poked out of play, I think, by Hayden Thomas. Yes, thrown to the WolfPack. Kusamaki. Cross is only going to find the goalkeeper there. Alison Ford looks to spring her team forward. She's got three or so minutes left to try and get a goal. The opening stages here, throwing the ball to Gross in a really tight area. Ford knows that Gross has got the ability to protect and distribute that ball, but Klippenstein might get on the end of this. Georgia Caucus does well. Look at the composure to Gross. Dwayne trying to dispossess. Georgia Caucus skips past one and tries to hammer it up the line, looking for probably Burrows. Virgo. Kusamaki. Two and a half minutes left of normal time in the half. We will have a half-time segment on the two graduates of the WolfPack coming for you at half-time, so stick around for that. Klippenstein. Chasing Ford down, who clears well. Georgia Caucus with a fabulous first touch. Gross out wide to Thomas. Against Kusamaki. Taneda's inside, goes to her. 1-2. Not performed with the accuracy needed. Rafu to Ford. Kusamaki back to Virgo. Cleared up the line. Lufo wins the throw for her team. 90 seconds of normal time. Can't imagine it's going to be a great deal added on. This time a heat throw. Just wonder if we'll get some changes at half time to mix things up. Wonder what's on the agenda for the Heat coach as they've got playoffs coming up, and what Pennington and his WolfPack team, they want to get as many players, as many minutes as they possibly can, but there's a clear game plan for each team that they face. They're going to want to finish the campaign on a high. Gross. Rafu with the header. Lufo gets there but gives the ball away. Hannon. Sun. Burrows. It's a nice little ball. So is that. Georgia Caucus, the flag goes up. Virgo came across swiftly. Must have been a tight one. Flag went up right away from Salafati down here on the near side. Virgo looking to hit Klippenstein or Lufo. Can anyone get in and around Lufo for these flicks? There's the flick. Can they get the second touch on it? McPherson does well. Hannon composed into the middle. Dances around a couple of players but loses out. Gross with a big tackle. Scarth back to McPherson, back to Scarth. Pressure coming from Ford. McPherson please want to clear this, but protects it for throw. That Julia Hannon will take. Lufo with the pressure, giving away the throw in deep in territory of the Heat. Chun battling well, Klippenstein blocking the clearance, Dwayne popping it up, Gross bringing it down. Georgia Caucus under control, tries to slip past Klippenstein, and there goes the referee's half-time whistle here at Hillside Stadium in this Canada West women's soccer matchup, the final game of the regular season. It's 0-0 right now between the Pack and the Heat in this Okanagan showdown. We'll be back with you shortly for all the action in this second half here at Hillside Stadium. In the meantime, enjoy this half-time segment on the two WolfPack graduating players for this season, Katie Chun and Ali Shayuk. We'll see you shortly.
I'm graduating with a business degree, majoring in marketing and minoring in business law. So right now I'm applying to law schools, so hopefully by next year I will be in law school. I'm from Saskatchewan, so my dream's always been for education to take me west and then take me east, so I'd love to go out east. I think I've definitely matured a lot, and I've grown a lot of confidence both on and off the field, like always being around people who support me.
I'm graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree and majoring in biology. I've applied to medical school and I plan to pursue a career in family medicine. I think it's hard to summarize all the lessons that I've learned here as a WolfPack athlete. I think that I've grown a lot in my maturity and my ability to juggle different tasks. You know, being a student athlete, you're traveling and you're missing classes frequently, and being on the road on the weekends, so kind of taking away from your study time or time to do other things. So just my ability to plan ahead and juggle different tasks, I think that I've really grown with those skills. I think my favorite memory is when we beat MRU in the penalty shootouts. I did not want to take a penalty shot.
And she puts it past.
Thankfully it went my way and I got lucky on the day, but that will honestly be a memory that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And my mom was there to celebrate with me, and being there with the team was just so fantastic. And I remember the bus like pulling out of the facility and we're all like chanting and singing on the bus, so that was a really, really special memory.
My favorite WolfPack memory was when we played the play-in game here against UBC. And we had a whole crowd here, and as soon as Mars saved the last penalty, the crowd ran onto the field. I had a different sense of relief because if Mars didn't save that, I would have been next to take a penalty. So I was super grateful for that. I was super grateful that, you know, we got into playoffs. And yeah, it felt amazing.
There's so much to miss about Chunder, but I'd say like her jokes, honestly, and every year I've seen her develop like more as a player, and I just feel like this year in specific, like coming back from her injury, she's just been on fire. She's just such a nice person to be around. She's always so helpful. Yeah, there's so much to miss about Katie.
I feel like I'm actually gonna cry. I know. Wait, just kidding.
Ali, God, she can be described in so many different ways. She is the most determined, hardworking. She is so inspiring. She has helped me through a lot of tough times, especially this year. She's someone who always shows up with the best attitude. She has the biggest smile on her face all the time. She'll definitely be missed on this team. I don't know what it will be like without her, but it'll be extremely hard. She's someone I can truly call one of my best friends.
Me and Katie just love it so much. Yeah, we literally don't want to leave. Katie is one of the greatest people that I've ever met in my entire life, and I've had the most amazing time doing this journey with her. We've turned out to be best friends. Like, she's one of my best friends, and she is such an amazing friend. She's so supportive. She's always there when her teammates need her. She's always there for a good laugh and a good time, and loves sweet treats too, so we always go and get a sweet treat together. She really pushes me and just brings out the best in me, and just getting to study with her and play soccer with her and lift with her. We're also buddies in the gym too, so that's been really fun to get to just do like every aspect of this journey with her.
Me and Allie have been here together for 5 years. There's no one else that I would have wanted to do this experience with. We push each other in so many different ways, especially Allie. Allie is like one of the smartest people I know. She's one of the most dedicated people I know. And I genuinely don't think that I would be who I am today if I didn't have Allie by my side, always pushing me and being such a good example. Her kindness, her dedication to everything that she does has been such a blessing to see. It's really the people who made this experience so good for me. Like Coach Mark Morris has helped me so much throughout the past 2 years especially. I see him every single day. And then my teammates, who are also my best friends, who I'll miss so much, just made this experience so great.
They're my family, we're all best friends, and girls that are on the team now and all my previous teammates. I think that every person that I've played soccer with has really shaped who I am as a person, and so thank you to everybody for pushing me and supporting me and just giving me the most amazing 5 years.
Pack on 2! 1, 2, pack!
Hey, my name's Bree. I'm a tourism management student. I like to walk around Kamloops, so I walk to campus. But come on my tour, let me show you. One of my favorite things to do in Kamloops is go to the farmer's market. There's fresh local food, and I can walk straight down the hill. I get in my exercise, and I can reward myself with a fresh donut and coffee. The best way to start a Saturday morning. My classes take place in the Arts and Education, International Building, and right here in Old Main. The best part about Old Main, it has Esther's Market. Let's go. There's so many things to do outside the classroom. I got involved with PCMA, Adventure U, and then I discovered research. Let's check it out in Olara. My first experience in research was actually with a guest lecturer in People, Places, and Toured Landscapes. She came in and talked a little bit about creative tourism as a researcher. I was hooked. So I got involved as a research assistant to some tourism faculty, as a research ambassador, and that led to me being a community engaged research fellow. Here at Campus Commons, TrueSoup puts on so many amazing events. We have our back to school barbecue, the last class bash, we have a tree lighting. Oh, and there's food trucks. Oh, there's so many things to see. One of my favorite places on campus is the elusive observatory. But I haven't been there yet. So I could have picked anywhere to go. As a mature student, I decided to come back here to Thompson Rivers. I'm from Ontario originally, and this program gave me more flexibility in tourism. I wanted to try everything. I wanted to immerse myself. I got to choose different electives. I got to choose what field I wanted to go into. There wasn't anything really specific that you had to follow. I could choose my own path. In fact, my path took me all the way to Switzerland. I got to do a study abroad during the summer and get courses. I mean, the better place to do statistics? Always in Switzerland. There's chocolate, there's cheese, and apparently I'm really good at playing an Alp horn. Who knew? It's important to take time for yourself, and there's so many supports here at TRU for you. We have Consent Tea, one of my favorites is Therapy Dog Thursday. or come check out the Wellness Center. Sit back and relax. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna let you in on one of the best kept secrets. It's the Scratch Cafe! You can't miss it. It's right here. Now, there's so many fun courses in our program, but I love how flexible the electives are. I've taken Spanish, archaeology, I even did criminology. I got to build my program my way. Coming from Ontario, one of my favorite things about BC is the great outdoors, and Kamloops does not disappoint. Whether I'm out on the water hitting a kayak, or whether I'm gonna go for a hike up a mountain. I also love to go inside to Cliffside Climbing Gym, try my skills at bouldering. Now, I also love the coffee here. It is delicious. So you have 5 Bean, you have Amplified. I mean, there's so many coffee shops, I've tried them all. But if I'm here on campus, I like to check out Common Grounds. It's student run and led. I can bring my own coffee mug, and I get some studying done too. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful sunshine. When I started, I wasn't sure what I wanted my career path to be. And that's the best thing about tourism. It's always changing and evolving. Since being here, I got involved in agriculture tourism, local and community engaged tourism, food tourism, and really involved in adventure studies. I'm even graduating with a minor in adventure studies. But thanks for joining me on my campus tour. I'm gonna go hang out at Cliffside. See ya!
There's no contest. Video is the best way to demand focus, whether it's for your website, social media, or presentations. Become unforgettable with Kamloops award-winning video production company, Pattison Productions. Let us be the video experts. With our passionate team of local talent, Pattison Productions can take your video goals and deliver dynamic concepts to screens of all sizes. Get noticed with Pattison Productions.
At Accentians, we're proud of what makes us different. Accentians, stay different, stay real.
proud to support the TRU WolfPack. Our friendly, trustworthy team committed to serving the community with reliable fleet vehicles, all backed by a standard 5-year warranty. With flexible financing options for every level of credit, driving a new Kia has never been more accessible. Kamloops Kia, movement that inspires. Fans, let's welcome back to the field your TRU WolfPack.
Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the second half here at Hillside. This Canada West women's soccer matchup between the TRU WolfPack and the UBCO Heat. 0-0 right now. A very interesting first half in regards to there was not a whole lot of goal mouth action. The WolfPack working hard against the well-organised, well-drilled UBCO midfield. And they didn't create a whole lot of chances themselves, the Heat, with all of that possession, but there's been some changes for the WolfPack. Mackenzie Lalonde is in, also Nat Seitz. I believe that would be for, I think, Leila Rafu. And that she's still in. Kat Stewart, perhaps, Lippenstein out as well. Nat Seitz in for McKenna Ford and Mackenzie Lalonde for Stella Klippenstein. The only two changes so far. I'm sure we'll see more of those. It's the WolfPack's work rate that's really caused UBCO to not have their ideal game, as Lalonde looks to get in immediately from that Shayuk cross. Ali Shayuk and Katie Chun playing their final 45 minutes here at Hillside as they graduate and move on to other things. Cleared by McPherson. All the way back to the keeper. Kayla Kush to Virgo. Kusamaki's available. Lalonde comes short. Goes up the line and cleared well by Hayden Thomas. Sarah Kusamaki with the throw. Like a foul there by Sophia Branby. Tries to win that back there again, but really good quick movement on the ball. That is to Ternada. Kusamaki working hard to get back. Ternada puts it in towards Burrows. Seitz tries to find Rafu, who tries to find Lufo. A little bit of disconnect there. Gross protecting, going down, free kick. Gross has the ball stuck to her feet whenever she gets it. Doesn't matter how that pass comes in. Control and touch is always on point. 5th year from Kelowna. Graduate this year. Georgia Caucus. Pops it back to Hannon. Calm with the ball, but WolfPack can't get near the Heat at the moment. Just the quick passing, the movement off the ball. Looks like they've got an extra player or two. Virgo wins that well. Long beat into it by Ternada. She tries to scoop it back. McGrath recycles to Scarth to Gross. Through the back from McPherson. McGrath. Gross. Quick, beautiful football. Ball through, looking for Taneda, but too close to the goalkeeper. 3 minutes into this second half here at Hillside, and the Heat pick up where they left off in that first half, passing the ball, moving around, really making the WolfPack work really hard if they want to have any type of possession. It just seems that all the little bobbles and bounces is falling in favour of the team in white. That's a good ball out wide. Lalonde just offside. Good ball out wide for Mackenzie Lalonde, but straying a yard off. Georgia Caucus. That's a nice ball up the line towards Sun. Shayuk not giving her any room. Captain for the WolfPack this campaign. One of the 2 graduates for the WolfPack playing their final minutes today. Lufo flick inside is nice. Branby looking back to Lufo. She's got her head down, trying to cause McGrath a problem, but Jenny McGrath hasn't put her foot wrong today. Robotically good at the moment is the back line for UBCO. But the WolfPack have to keep trying and keep prodding, keep pressing. Throw into Lufo. She brings that down. Pressured by 2 Heat players. Still got the ball. Crosses it well. Cleared by McPherson. Virgo's got to get there first. She misses out to Burrows. Strong tackle by Dwayne. Counter attack on. Georgia Caucus plays it through, but Kusamaki's quick. Annika Gross beaten to it there. Mackenzie Lalonde. Kusamaki back to Virgo. Chun's available. Finds Katie Chun. She goes back to Dwayne, whose first touch is very confident. The second touch out wide is very nice as well. Shayuk. Rafu trying to get it through. Branby quickly. Better from the WolfPack in possession. Trying to build up from the back, break the lines. McPherson. Nice ball in towards Scarth, who gets away from 2. Plays a little 1-2, puts it out wide to Sun, but it's too heavy. It's just not clicking in that final third right now for the Heat. Heat do have Annabelle Walker on the bench, who started the game yesterday and was very influential at the right wing. Megan Sun gets the position today, but maybe we'll see Walker come into the later stages as Kusamaki tries to send Thomas backwards, but it's a good play by the WolfPack to send the Heat back, but throw-in is conceded. Nice touch by Taneda to create space. Gross. Slip ball through into Scarth. Taneda. Georgia Caucus intercepted by Branby. Rafu. Georgia Caucus pressuring so quickly. Referee sees the foul. And Rafu just getting clipped. It gives Alexis Virgo the chance to throw this into the box. This is the type of area in which WolfPack can find some joy if they can drop it in on that back line, try and get a flick, try and scrap something. It's a little bit too close to the goalkeeper though. Lufo's up well. The referee indicating that medical team to come on. Keeper came out. But it's Lufo that won the header. Bravely up was the WolfPack number 10. Just waiting for the replay to come in here and I can take another look at it and give you some more insight perhaps. Yeah, she just gets absolutely rattled by Alison Ford. Ford coming out and playing, looking to play the ball for sure, but it's a little reckless, you could say, from Ford. Be a harsh penalty if it was to maybe be given. I think without the tech of hundreds of cameras and VAR. Good interception. Lalonde tries to get the end of that defensive block. Nice play to Thomas. Space for Georgia Caucus. That's exactly where it goes. Nice spear in the space on the right hand side, out with Hannon. Sun does well to keep that in, but Dwayne pokes it out. Substitute for the Heat, out Hayden Thomas. Coming in is Braxton Katana. Hayden Thomas played today, played yesterday. Quality player. Katana stepping inside. Gross gets away with a heavy touch. Scarth gets it under control. Hannon. Back to McPherson. Through the lines to George Caucus. Back to Hannon. Scarth. Gross is available. Nice ball into Burrows. Referee bringing it back for the foul on Virgo. Just a little late there on the WolfPack centre back in some discomfort. Slowly making her way up. Just the one substitute made for the Heat right now. It's Hayden Thomas for Braxton Katana just a second ago. Katana, second year from Calgary, thrown into this 0-0 game. Lufa with the flick, and the keeper had to be smart with the bounce, but grabbed it well. Kusamaki stepping in well, intercepting that clearance over the head of Lufo. McPherson smartly leaves it for her goalkeeper. Heat not quite getting that one right. That was a Scarth putting that one out wide and not really giving Katana a chance. Lufo. Cross comes into the back post, out comes Ford again, claims brilliantly, distributes quickly to Georgia Caucus. Sun. Back to Georgia Caucus. Son receives it again, up against Dwayne. Just one in there. Virgo clears. It's going to be left for a corner kick.
G-Place is the go-to business for all production needs. Check out what they can do for your event at gksound.ca.
Corner kick for the Heat. 0-0 here at Hillside. Comes the crossing, Lufo away. Glad to see that she is all fixed up after that collision with the keeper on the other end. Scarth brings it under control, just a touch heavy. Food tries to get it wide to Shaik, but the Wolfpack can't get themselves out. Good tackle. Really good when that sights. Kusamaki intercepts and goes to ground. Taneda driving. Good tackle by Dwayne. Georgia Caucus to Scarth, to Gross with just the little daintiest of flicks. Another one coming in there from Burrow, smashed away by Kusamaki. Anywhere will do right now for the Wolfpack. Virgo hammers away. Scarth gets it reset to McGrath. Back to Scarth. Georgia Caucus comes short again. And they show you causing some pressure that makes the Heat knock it out of play for a Wolfpack throw. 30 minutes left in this regular season here in this Canada West matchup between the Pack and the Heat. Second fixture, of course, this weekend between these two Okanagan rivals. It was the Heat yesterday that took that all-important victory that solidified the playoffs for the team from Kelowna. Unfortunately for the Wolfpack, they will be finishing their season up here tonight in these final 30 minutes. Or would they love to finish with a victory, getting a little bit of revenge? They're going to have to work hard for it. Strong tackle coming in from Dwayne on Annika Gross. Referee right there in the thick of it. Best view of anybody. McPherson into Gross. Back to McPherson. Katana arms up on this near side wanting the ball. She might get it now as McGrath gets it. I love playing it through the middle though. Nudge in the back from Virgo. Deemed too aggressive by the ref. Scarth to Georgia Caucus. Back to Gross, up to Sun on the far side. Shaik backpedaling, clears well to concede the throw. Just like that, ding, 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 the pass is through. Great turn, Georgia Caucus driving at the Wolfpack back line and fizzes one across the face of Cush's goal. Fortunately for the Wolfpack, nobody was there. Change for the Wolfpack. It's going to be Leila Rafu out. And Bree Waldi's in. Lufo. Too much on the pass through. Lufo might need to come deeper and deeper to try and get involved and bring other players into the play at the moment, because she's just a passenger at the moment. That could get picked off in the middle here. Doesn't fall for a Wolfpack player as the Heat tried to play the way out of trouble, as they love to do. Kusamaki scrapping against Burrows and Katana. Virgo with a nice step, looking forward to Lond up the wing. McGrath sends it away. Gross, immaculate as always in the midfield. Scarf driving past Bramby. Puts it outward towards Sun, but Shaik steps in to intercept. WolfPack's defensive line working really hard to keep the Heat at bay. Chun wins the throw in that Shaik will take. Bree Wardeyes' first involvement. Katie Chun and Georgia Cocker's coming together, and she tries to get the ball through to Burrows. McGrath with a heavy touch. Lufo can maybe get this through. It's 2-on-1. She's going to go for goal though, I think. Oh, didn't fancy the left foot. Still alive for the WolfPack. Heat back in numbers very, very quickly. Lufo was going to drive and take it on the left foot, but felt more comfortable on her favoured right. So Mackenzie Lalonde was in a decent position. Gross looking for Sun, but that's not going to make the winger. Just like that, the WolfPack nearly getting themselves in. 25 minutes left in this game. Actually, the final fixture of this division of Manitoba beat Lethbridge 6-2 today. That's a result. Calgary lost 1-0 to Mount Royal. And this is the final match of the Pacific and Prairie division. Throw in for the Heat as player midfield needs some attention. Holding the knee. It's not Annika Gross. Might be Brooke Burrows perhaps on the floor. But receiving treatment swiftly. WolfPack just getting into the dugout to have a quick chat, I think, with Mark Pennington. Take on some water. I think it's actually Jaden McGrath who's on the floor. Alison Ford signalling for a substitute. There's no tackle there, just looking back at it. I think it's just a twist of the knee as the boot got stuck in the ground there on Jaden McGrath. I hope that she's absolutely fine and that is nothing serious, because she is such a good player, such an important player at the back for the Heat. So I hope that is an incredibly swift recovery. Coming in for McGrath is Ainsley Kirk, and the pack also making a change. Macy Jolly coming in. I think that's for Nat Sites. I'll look for some confirmation on that. Yeah, Mason Jolly coming in for Nat Sites and Ainsley Kirk in for the injured Jaden McGrath. Should be a throw-in for the Heat as Kusamaki kicked it out, but confusion happens, that's okay. Jolly coming short. Lufo trying to spin around. Teneda. The referee's going to give a yellow card here for Braxton Katana, to the delight of the Wolfpack faithful. Virgo with a really good chance to throw some pressure on Alison Ford's goal, but she can't put this free kick too close to her because Ford is really good at coming out and claiming. It's a little floater into that back post. Not quite deep enough. Cleared away by Kirk. Shayuk throws it straight in. McPherson with a clearance that nearly works out to Gross. Lufo tries to hold it up, but ricochets and loses possession. Little advantage played by the referee. Well done. That's what we want to see. You want to see the game flowing, see it moving. We don't need free kicks every minute. Just the one shot on goal right now, and that's from UBCO. Virgo clears over the head of Georgia Caucus. Bramby sends it up the line looking for Lufo. McPherson comes across brilliantly to send it out of play. There's another yellow card coming out here. And it's for Paige Dwayne for that tackle that the referee, Victoria Warner, played advantage on. Great refereeing on the spot. Throwing this time for the Heat. Tussle on that far side, throw in again for the Heat as the Wolfpack tried to pin the Kelowna-based team back. We're going to see another change for UBCO. I saw a 9 on the back, but I think it's 29. It might be Neela Peters. I don't think it's Annabelle Walker coming in. It is going to be Neela Peters coming in. Teneda. Hannon. Scarth. Nice football from UBCO, opening it up a little bit. Looking for Gross. All she can do is head it back. Mackenzie Lalonde. Up the line. There's a nice ball to Lufo, but she needs to bring the ball under control. Just not sure what she's expecting there, but Kirk was never just going to leave the ball. Got to protect it when you're chasing the ball so frequently. Georgia Caucus. Little 1-2 with Sun, doesn't quite come off. Dwayne tries to clear on a yellow card now. Up to Lalonde. Touch inside is picked off by Gross. Back to Kirk. The sun beginning to shine here in the final 18 minutes here at Hillside. Final game of the regular season. Surely it won't finish 0-0. Surely there'll be a goal or two. Scarth. Burrows. Nice ball out to Katana. Up against Virgo. Back to Scarth. Always available, always moving. Jolly throws. Katie Scarth to the ground. Referee letting her know that there'll be no more of that. Outcoming Megan Sun. Megan Sun and Katie Scarth coming out. And a couple of subs coming in.
UBCO substitutions. First up, coming on to field is number 29, Nita Peters, and she's taking off number 10, Megan Sun. Secondly, coming on to field is number 8,
Malala Rabesa is in. Number 8 there. Taneda. Back to Katana. Nice ball into the latest substitute, Rabosa. Lufo. Touch isn't sharp. Ball gone out of play there. Along can't keep that one in. Close. Braxton, Katana with the throw. Comes off the hand of Rabosa, but she couldn't do anything about that, just the throw. Kusamaki to Lalonde, back to Kusamaki. Closed down, but it falls to Lalonde, who pops it up. Jolly with a good header forward. Kirk needs to deal with this, and she does. Puts it out for a throw. 15 minutes left on the clock. Many a substitute has been made. Lufo trying to get onto the left foot, pops it up into the middle. Cleared away. Kusamaki tries to keep it alive. She's got Annika Gross coming to close her down. Kusamaki continuing to drive, still with the ball. Chance to get the cross in, tries to cut it back. It's cleared by Kirk. Good little spell for the Wolfpack. An injection of pace from Sora Kusamaki. Trying to get that cross into Lufo or Bree Waldeyes, who's not yet seen a whole lot of the ball. Usually a centre midfielder. Asked to play a left wing position right now. Up the line to Georgia Cocker. She tries to switch it, but Jolly clears out. That's going to have a funny spin on it. Lufo gets ahead, trying to fight her way through to the goal. It's a scrap. Kusamaki might end up with it. Good strength by Jolly. Little clip there. Right on the edge of the box. Free kick for the Wolfpack in a very promising position. It's just a yard outside the penalty box there. Victoria Warner had to be sharp with where that foul took place, and she's got it spot on. Nice place to play again from the Wolfpack, and considering where the sun is, I would instruct my free kick taker to have a go here. Take a shot on goal. They've had two shots, the Wolfpack, none of them on target. So why not try and make Alison Ford work? There's a big gap to that right-hand side. It's Virgo, she clips it in, it's tapped up. It's still there and hooked away. Unconventional defending, but effective all the same. That's a ball that Virgo should win. Oh, a little slip. Taneda. That's a good ball through to Georgia Caucus. Shoyu comes out, so does the goalkeeper. Michaela Kush does very well to thwart Georgia Caucus in that situation. Game opening up now. Just over 10 minutes left. I think we're going to see a goal. Teams are pushing for it. A little bit tired. Things opening up. Will it be something magical on this final day? We'll see an error that's pounced upon Lufo looking for a 10th of the season today, by the way. Leading goal scorer in the Pacific Division. Joint within both divisions. Chun tries to find Lufo. Hannon finds Rabosa. Lufo pressing well, forcing the clearance by McPherson and blocking it. Julia Hannon's going to get this ball back in for a throw. There are only 7 shots in total, 3 for UBCO, 4 for TRU. 2 now on target for the Thompson Rivers University. Both of those coming in the same play. Lufo spins well. Opportunity to strike here. She takes it on, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. Had players available, but wanted to go for goal. That's what you want your predatory lead striker to do. That's the instinct. Katana does well. Protects it. Knocks it back to Kirk. Not giving up. Kirk heads it again. Katana with a good touch. Finds Rabosa. Giving up in the middle. Charlie with the strike. It's a good one. And a Kodak moment save. Diving to the right-hand side was Alison Ford. She sends her team along to relieve the pressure. Virgo stepping in. Rabosa gets it eventually to Teneda. The possession policy from the Heats remains the same. Georgia Caucus trying to force the issue from deep. Teneda picks this up in the middle. Georgia Caucus onto the left foot. She strikes it just over the crossbar. It's one of the best effort she's had today. Just over the crossbar there on the left foot. Maria Georgia Caucus got a goal yesterday. Got a couple last weekend and almost opening up the scoring in the 81st minute. And that's where we are. We are late in the game right now. You would think that if either team were to grab a goal, it would be the winner. Lufo flicks. Bulleyes gets there. Lalonde, touch isn't good enough. Rabosa. Bulleyes working hard to try and win that back, but Rabosa into Burrows. Gets her feet sorted, finds Gross. She gives it easy out to left to Teneda. Oh, it's a beautiful slip ball through. Don't know if the flag would have gone up, but we'll never know. Here come the Heat again. Gross into Rabosa. Out wide. Nice ball to Hannon. Kusamaki trying to protect it. Virgo up against Teneda, that's a good battle. Virgo keeps it in, avoiding the corner. And she won a throw for her team. Ball gone out of play, that's going to be a WolfPack throw. Brigade Teneda wanted something more in the shape of a free kick, but it wasn't to come. It was a good battle between her and Alexis Virgo at the back for the pack. Kusamaki far away from the opponent's goal, launches it to Jolly, sends it skyward. Alldoes wins the flick. Kirk brings it under control. Julia Hannon picks it up. Gross back to McPherson. Very rare they play a long ball. Here it comes though. Good chest by Peters, but it's cleared. Jolly. Great strength and body awareness. A slip ball through to Lalonde, but wasn't as accurate as it needed to be. Chun steps in. Shaik. Virgo. Space for Kusamaki, but back to Dwayne. Shaik. Jolly in some space, but Shaik doesn't have a whole lot of options. All dies. Wins the throw. Bosa goes back to McPherson, to Hannon, to Gross. Spins and protects. Chun against Burrows. Burrows wins that battle. Back to McPherson again. Lufo scrapping brilliantly, driving into the box. What a chance for Lufo. She went unselfishly, squared it back to Lalonde, who couldn't get there. Kusamaki dispossesses Annika Gross. Virgo sends it straight back in. Bosa does well. Kusamaki's finding a new level of energy. Giving yellow card issued to Abigail Teneda for dissent.
Yellow card assessed to UBC number 11.
5 minutes left into the game. Kirk looking to find a way out, looking for something short. Shaik sends it away. Teneda just been booked. Lovely play from the Heat. It's a poke up the line by Burrows. Virgo's going to win that race. She goes back to her keeper. That's a decent clearance, but straight to Tenedo's. Touches a bit heavy. Kusamaki gets there. Lalonde beaten to it by Rabosa and pulls the midfielder down. Yellow card. Good decision by the referee. Kenzie Lalonde pleading her innocence, but simple state of the situation was that Rabosa got there first and she was pulled down. Teneda in amongst it, conceding another foul against Kusamaki. You could see a little something happening between Teneda, Chun and Kusamaki there. The competitive nature of this match. Virgo, long, good clearance, looking for Lufo. She gets the flick, but it's off Kirk. Lalonde tries to slip it through to Lufo. A bit smarter with the ball, that's better. Virgo pops it up, the keeper comes out a long way. Claims brilliantly and rattles into Lufo. And the defender. Painful for sure. Not sure what the decision is, whether it's a foul. I think it's a foul in favour of. And Lufo's going to receive a yellow card for stepping into the goalkeeper there and causing a dangerous situation. It was Lalonde who poked it back to Virgo, who threw it up in the air, and I think it's an unfair yellow card as Lufo puts herself in a dangerous situation. I think she's kind of got an eye on the ball and an eye on the goalkeeper, but it's not an easy decision to give. And everyone's back on their feet and everyone's okay. A little bit of injury time to add into the game perhaps, as we've got just over 1 minute left of the regular 90 minutes. Virgo doesn't clear that efficiently. Georgia Caucus looking for runners ahead. Finds Taneda. Continues her run. Katana. Gross. Virgo and Kusamaki closing in. Really, really nicely played. Here comes the cross from Gross, cleared by Virgo. A little bit of composure there on the edge of the box, and counter-attack to Lalonde could have been on, but Branby just electing to clear up the danger. Gross trying to flick it away from Jolly. She sends it long. Kirk's got a decision to make here. Goes back to the goalie. Oh, that's so composed. Really, really impressive from the goalkeeper there. Thought a mistake might have happening with the pressure from Lufo, but the awareness is pop it back to the centre back. Kudos. It all simmers down with a goal kick to UBCO. Fourth official is going to stick the board up. Three minutes of stoppage time. Georgia Caucus deep and holds it up, gets it to Hannon. All's Eyes blocks that pass. Well, we've seen plenty of cards in the game. Here come UBCO again, looking to build it up. 5 yellow cards, 2 for UBCO, Abigail Taneda and Braxton Kurtana. Lufo, Lalonde and Dwayne for the home team. Virgo doesn't clear it completely. Lalonde does well. Miss hits though. Taneda, nice ball in. Burrows, thought about a direct pass. It's going to be given away to Waldice there. She slips it through. It's a nice little move. Jolly off on the run. It's a really challenging pass to try and hit. Severe Branby, a little bit of rush of blood. A lot of space to run into, a little bit of inexperience there. Good touch by Taneda, brought down by Burrows into the middle for Bosa. Dispossessed, but wins it back brilliantly. Tenacious work. McPherson. Just over a minute left of the stoppage time. Good challenge in the middle by Jolly. Kirk clears long but finds her striker. Georgia Caucus picks it up. Shayu comes across well. Last chance here really. Gross shoots at the goalkeeper and that will probably do it. Little look at the watch by the referee. There'll be one last hump forward. There it comes, bouncing ball. Aldo's chasing it down. Peters tries to get it up the line. She gets a second chance at it. Chun forward to Lalonde. To Lufo. Can she make space for a final strike? Trying to find Kusamaki. And there goes the final whistle. The final score here in this Canada West soccer women's matchup have set a strong foundation for next season. From all of us here at Canada West TV, powered by BioSteel, thank you for joining us throughout the campaign. My name's Simon Brazier, saying so long from Hillside Stadium here in Kamloops. We'll see you next season for more Canada West soccer action. Good night. God bless.